Hi, everyone.
Hello, everyone. Music Alliance. We have a bigwig. His name is Loren Israel, and he is quite a nice man, I have to say. And he might be joining us with his son Caden at any moment, just so you know. But welcome, Music Alliance. His time is incredibly valuable, as is ours, but he has to go pick up his other child. So we have 30 minutes with him, and then you and I and the rest of the Music Alliance team can chit chat the rest of the time and get your questions answered and all that fun stuff. So I don't want to waste any time. I want to introduce you to Loren Israel. He's an American music industry music exec and record producer known for discovering and shaping successful rock and alternative acts. He's most recognized for his work in the late 1990s and 2000s as a senior A&R executive at Capitol Records. During his tenure there, Israel played a key role in signing and developing several major artists, including Jimmy Eat World, helped guide their breakthrough with Bleed American, if you remember that, Less Than Jake, The Crystal Method, Blindside, and also Plain White Tees. He was responsible for their number one hit, Hey There Delilah, and the Neon Trees, responsible for Animal and Sing. Oh, Everybody Talks. I love that. Everybody talks, everybody talks. I love that song.
Yep, there you
So
go.
Israel developed a reputation for being deeply involved in artist development, not just talent scouting. His approach emphasized songwriting refinement, live performance coaching, long-term career building rather than quick commercial hits. After his time at major labels, he shifted toward independent consulting and mentorship. He founded Loren Israel Artist Development, where he has worked with emerging bands and solo artists, helping them navigate both the creative and business sides of the industry. Don't we know we all need help there? So he's also known for hosting music industry workshops and panels, running songwriting camps. I want to get on one of those, and performance boot camps, acting as a judge mentor in music competitions. His philosophy centers on the idea that great artists are developed, not just discovered, and that discipline, authenticity, and live performance are critical to lasting success. Discipline, authenticity, live performance are critical to lasting success. I had to say that twice because I believe in that too, and I love that. And welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We're so blessed to have this man. I'm just so excited that he said yes. You have no idea. I spend hours trying to find people to bring to give you wonderful tidbits and great advice, people who are in the industry, that know the industry, that can make sense of all the gray area between I have talent and how can I get signed. So, Loren, I told him I was just going to wind him up and let him go. I was half kidding, but if you want me to, I can. But I know that people are going to be chomping at the bit just to find out your perspective on you discover a band or a singer or an artist. What then?
Let me say I'm glad everyone's on this live. I'm very grateful to be here. I never take anything I do without a great deal of respect and gratitude. I absolutely love what I do. Every day I look forward to hearing a great song. Literally, every day I'm like, I want to hear something that moves me. I have a total curiosity about new music. So, right off the bat, I want to say I don't believe that much in talent. I think talent is overrated, and I'm going to tell you why. 99% of the people that we all know who are more talented than we are nowhere because they don't have the discipline, the smarts, and the perseverance that's absolutely necessary to do anything fantastic, whether it be music, whether it be being a carpenter, a teacher. It's absolutely necessary. No one just wakes up and becomes a great songwriter. No one just happenstances or because they fall into a hit song. And if that happens, they never can do it again
Hmm.
because they do not know the craft of what they do. Like any business, the music business is a craft. It is done all the time. It's done because we work at it, because we get better at it, because we learn that there's an audience. A lot of times, songwriters, me included, when I was younger, I felt that I could do whatever I wanted and an audience would come to me. When you're doing music for a living, You need an audience to share those emotions with you, to share all sorts of things with you. And if you don't give them what they really want, they're going to find somebody else to do that. So we always have to ebb and flow into what we want, how creative we are, how we want to communicate. So that's the first thing is I don't believe that talent is everything. I think that being smart is a much better attribute, frankly. What else? Does anyone have any questions for me?
Yeah, you guys
Any?
put your questions in the chat. And I'm curious about artist development. What is the first thing you would focus on? Is it building a fan base? Is it perfecting their sound? Is it branding? I know obviously your authenticity. And I say it's not necessarily the most talented people that make it to the top. It's the people who are
Absolutely
working
not.
smarter and harder. And I'm glad that
Absolutely. Do you
I feel
think
smart for
Madonna?
that.
Do you think Madonna? Now, let's be honest, Janine.
Yeah,
Do you think Madonna has a great voice?
not at all.
She doesn't. She just learned how to use her voice.
Yep.
She learned how to do it. And I can tell you exactly what she does, but that's neither here nor there. So I forgot the question.
I was thinking about what if you would develop an artist today, what is the first thing? Would you work on their branding? Would you work on
Oh,
a perfect
okay.
sound?
The absolute first thing is I'd say, okay, do you really know what a song that made someone a lot of money? Do you know what that is? Can you identify that song? Do you know the elements that comes with that song? Like what craft comes with that song? Let me say this. A lot of artists when they say they like a lot of songs, whatever, here are the songs I like, here are the songs I fashion my repertoire with. They're not songs that make anyone any money. That's unfortunately the truth. So I try to put my artists in a reality. But a lot of times artists want to live in a fantasy. It's much easier to live in a fantasy because you don't have the responsibility of living in a reality. So, what I like to do is I say, okay, find me 10 songs that are number one. I don't care if they're pop, rap, alternative, whatever. And I will show you there are certain things that you see in every single song, and they're pretty much all the same. It's not to say they're formulaic. It's not to say that it's anything other than a craft. Let me take it one step further. Our brains can only handle a very small amount of information. Think about it. We can't handle too much information. So when an artist writes a song and the melodies go all over the place and the drums move and the rhythm section moves from half beat, three-quarter beat, four on the floor, whatever it is, and there's all sorts of music going around, we just want to kill ourselves because we can't follow it. So there are certain things that every hit song has, and I can show you that. I will prove it to you. So that's the first thing I do is I say, okay, do you even know what a fucking hit is? Because if that's what we're doing, you need to know what a fucking hit is. Then what we do is we analyze those hits. And I teach my artists how to analyze hits. And then we go about writing and writing and writing until you come up with a group of songs that tell people who you are, what you want to communicate to. The second thing is they must have a production or a sound that is current,
Mhm.
that is marketable. And Quinn, maybe you can come up with, chime in here. A lot of artists, for instance, certain styles of music right now are more popular than others. We need to understand where we fit in. I like to say it like this. What playlist do you see your songs on? And be realistic. And so if you see yourself on very popular playlists, you're on the right track. But if you don't, consider taking responsibility for changing that, or else change your expectations. I just put music into reality.
I love that. I love it. So, in terms of people, how do you reach an A&R rep? How do you get the attention of an agent or a manager? I know people, they want help. They want a team to surround them, right? And here at Music Alliance, we provide them with some of that and we give them some resources like having you, but we don't have a list of agents or a list of managers. And how viable is that to really get in touch with somebody like that? Don't you have to have, like you're saying, you have to be completely prepared. You have to have your branding, you have to be marketable, you have to have your songs mixed and mastered correctly, all of that.
Let's talk about this. Okay. The first thing is you're an artist, you want to get your songs to an A&R guy or an A&R gal, whatever. Who is that person? What does that person want?
Yeah,
Is that person a young A&R person wanting all the new music? What do they like? What will make their job easier? And let me say this, A&R person's job is not to sign you. A&R person's job is to keep her job, which means not signing you. I'm going to repeat that. An A&R person's job is to keep their job. And to keep your job, don't sign anything. It won't fail.
correct. Yeah.
In terms of an agent, the only time an agent will ever fuck with you is if you have people that go to your show. Period. Don't ask for an agent. Don't go on tour. Play in your backyard if you do live, and make sure you start with 10 people showing up. In 3 months, 2 months, get 20 people. Maybe the next 2 months, 3 months, get 30 people. And once you get 100 to 300 people coming to your show on a regular basis, then reach out to an agent. And here's how you do it, just go to their Instagram. All these assholes have Instagrams. They're all narcissists, right? In terms of a manager, is going to get paid when you get paid. So why would a manager fuck with you if you're not making money? Just be honest.
Yeah.
He's not, or she is not going to fuck with you unless you're making money. Now, granted, that manager will take on a developing artist, but not like me, because they don't know what to do. They're just going to hang on until you make something happen. That's the truth. The truth is, I do this for a living. If you want me to help you, you've got to pay me. Not that much. If you want to get an A&R person's job, they get paid, right? They get a salary. And to think that they're going to sign you, they're going to go to their boss and they're going to say, this person has all these streams on Spotify. They have all these followers on Spotify and YouTube and Instagram, etc. Okay? That A&R person has to go to their boss and tell them how great you are. Or else they'll be looked at like they're wasting that person's time. So you got to bring the goods. An agent the same way. Why would that agent fuck with you if you're not bringing any? They don't care. I don't care. Let's just be honest. For me, guys, I care about great songs. I care about me continuing to be on panels like this to preach honesty and reality to people like you. And let me say, this might sound, all this stuff may sound overwhelming or whatever, but look around you. Look around the bass player in your band, all your musician friends, right? They wake up at 3 in the afternoon. Their girlfriends are working at the law firm as like a receptionist. The girlfriend gets home at 7, kills herself, and then they go to a rehearsal. They're drinking beers. Most people in the music industry are not Phi Beta Kappas, which means they're not all that smart. That's the truth. Your competition is less than you. The fact that you even have the courage to listen to me rant and rave like a freaking lunatic means that you care and you're smarter than those people. And you know it.
I love I'm from New York, so I love just let me have it. Give it to me straight. And what the heck do I need to do?
But why would you want me to do it any other way?
Some
I'm just
people like
wasting
to
your
be
fucking
coddled.
time.
They want to live in the fantasy world, like you said, because we're creatives and we've created this beautiful world for ourselves, but it's not reality.
Two different things. Two different things. And I've created my reality. I've done the work and I continue to do the work. I continue to learn. I continue to be curious, constantly curious. Every person that emails me or calls me or whatever, I get back to. Every single one. Now, some days are more difficult. I get more people hitting me up than others, but I make it a point to get back to people all the time and very timely. Why? Two reasons. Because if I don't, it sticks in my brain. I just want to get into it, figure it out, and get it off my plate. Okay, I've done my work. Now I don't have to think about it. And two, I was a musician one time. I was you. And I got screwed around. People never told me the truth about anything.
Hmm.
I want to be that truth. I know it hurts, but whatevs.
Yeah, I would rather know the truth for sure. So, what about advice if you don't want to be the front man and you're a songwriter and that's your skill, you've honed it. What kind of advice can you give someone who is a songwriter?
Now, this may be a bit strange because I'm very entrepreneurial. Okay. So let's say you are a 35-year-old dude, 40-year-old dude. You don't want to tour. You don't want to be that front person. You want to quote unquote write and produce for other people. And you think that you could get your song into someone who's going to spit it out and sing it and make you $1 million. That doesn't happen. It's never happened and it won't happen for you. But here's what you can do. Let's say you're in Boise, Idaho, and you go to shows, and one young person who's got that fire, who's got that drive, who's smart, you say to that person, hey, I believe in you. I want to help you write songs. I want to help you put out music. Let's do a deal together. And you use that person as a conduit for your songs. You multiply that by 3, and then you do it as many times as necessary in order to get the attention of an A&R person, a publisher, a manager, a lawyer. And then that person hits up that young, hot, cool thing that you don't want to be. And then that person says, oh, I don't go through this girl or guy, this singer, songwriter, this front person. I go through you. You make yourself valuable by being valuable. The second thing is film and television syncs, right? People think they can get film and television syncs all the time. The real truth of that game is that 99% of the people that are putting songs in movies, they already have the relationships, it's already built in. It's very rare that you can get film and television syncs that mean anything. Yeah, you may be able to get the $500 sync or the $50 sync, but you'll never get the $40,000 sync unless you've got something that's already happening. How does someone help you get in the room? Okay, let's go back with Britney Spears or Dua Lipa, right? You Dua Lipa has a publisher. That publisher has a group of people that he says, hey, Dua Lipa, go in there with Mark or go in there with you. And you get into a studio and you guys try to make something happen. And if you are a bad vibe, if you're not a good hang, I say be a good hang. Be a good hang. Be a good hang. You'll never get asked back. So I guess there are many ways, but knocking on a publisher's door ain't going to do it for you. But putting out your songs and getting your own traction by virtue of your own traction or putting your songs in the mouth of someone who is really going to grind it. That's, in my opinion, the best way to do it. Now, where's all this going, ladies and gentlemen, in the year 2026? Okay, where is this all going? It's all on you. Don't think the labels do anything different than what you can do. I used to be able, okay, I developed this young band. There were two kids, the biggest losers I've ever met in my life. They're the biggest fucking losers I've ever met in my life. Okay. I developed them, got them on the radio. I paid to get them on the radio. In other words, I produced a hit song. I knew it was a hit. I couldn't get a record deal. I put the money in to get it on the radio. I got it on the radio. It went up to 35. I got a big record deal, blah, blah, blah. Okay. That took me, ready for this, ladies and gentlemen? In order to get a number one song out of this band, it took me 11 years. 11 fucking years. But we got a number one. Number fucking one. That's, I have 7 number ones. Okay. What I'm saying to you is, I can't do that anymore. I can't spend my 20 to 40 grand and get your song, if I know it's a hit, to my friends who do independent radio and get it on the radio and get it up to 40, 30, 35, get the eyes of a label, and they'll give me $300,000. I don't have that power anymore. I do not have that power anymore. What labels are doing, what managers are doing, they see you grinding on TikTok or Instagram or whatever, YouTube, and they hop on your train. That's it. That's what's going on in 2026. Don't let anyone kid you. That's not going on. They hop on your train. Unfortunately, your train doesn't have a lot of people on it. Just you right now. It's fucking very lonely. But yeah, it does suck to be us. It does. It sucks. But that's the grind.
And it is a grind. So we have 6 minutes left with you, but anything else you want to throw in, or would you like me to field another question to you?
Yeah, just field me another question.
Sucks to be us. That's funny. I didn't know he put that in the chat. That's funny. Okay, I have so many, but I know there's a lot, but name one or two misconceptions artists have about making it. We've been going through that a little bit. You've been pretty much laying it on the line, do's and don'ts, but is there anything else that you can add?
Making it to me means being able to make a living doing music. And sometimes you think the way you're going to do that is one way, and you find out it becomes another way. So the misconception is that if we think we're going to be a rock star, maybe we'll be a manager. Maybe we'll be a marketing executive. Maybe we'll be the president of a record label. Maybe we'll own a venue. Who knows? I would assume most people on this call have what I like to call the disease, which is the disease of music, which kind of sucks. So even when you try to put it down, you can't. Yeah, that's a misconception, I guess.
It is. And what about longevity? I know there's no magic pill, but if you were to say the artists that you've worked with, and even the artists that you haven't worked with, their longevity, some of them 5, 6 decades and still popular, what do you think is the key to having
hit songs.
longevity?
Hit songs, songs that make people want to go to your show and sing along and jump around, and to a lesser degree on the radio. It's that simple. It's that simple. They just literally want to go to your show and sing along to a song that you wrote for them. You wrote my song, and that's what I'm going to sing along to at the show, or else I'm going to turn it on. I'm going to put it on my playlist.
Right.
Period. That's it. Tell me another artist that doesn't have a song associated with their huge career. And by the way, you may be able to name me one, but that's like a broken clock, right? It's wrong twice a day, but it does not make the idea wrong.
Right.
You have to have songs that make people sing along and jump around to, or make people feel greatly where it changes their state.
So lastly, and then we'll let you go. I know you have to pick up your other child, and I
Yes.
appreciate your time. I really do. So what about your legacy? What are you hoping for your future? And what do you want people to remember best about you?
I'm living my future, right? I every day work with emerging artists. I love getting on the phone and saying, motherfucker, do you know that the drums are the same, the chords are the same, the lyrics have all these poetic devices, yours don't. There's the verse melodies are linear, the chorus jumps because of this, that, and the other. And then show me a hit song that doesn't have these. And the person says, wow, I've never ever thought about it that way. So my legacy is very simple. I love helping artists go from sucks to wow. This is better than I've had it in my head.
Yes,
That's
better
what
than
I
I
love doing.
imagined. And then what is your website? So we could put it in the chat so if people want to look you up and hire you.
LorenIsrael.com.
Oh, that's easy. Let me spell it for them though.
LorenIsrael.com.
There you go, people.
And by the
Amazing.
way, if a lot of people ask me to listen to their music, right? So if I listen to everyone's music that asks me to listen to their music, I wouldn't have any time for my other artists.
Yeah.
So if anyone's going to reach out to me, understand what I need and what I want, because that'll help you when you get to a place where you need to send your music to somebody else. I'll get back to you. I'll be honest with you, but it's very hard to listen to someone's music and give them honest, realistic, actionable feedback that means something. And I can't do it unless you're a client. If you reach out to me, I will get back to you. And I'm sorry, my 3-year-old's super cute, but
He is.
annoying.
No, Peyton, we love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This has really been invaluable to us. And I cannot tell you how much I appreciate your time. And I know our members are just thrilled that we have someone of your caliber come on here. And it happens every so often. And when it happens, it is like magic. So I really do appreciate your time.
Please don't give up, but be realistic. Look at your music like you would any business, any other business. Please. It doesn't have to get in the way of creativity. It'll make your creativity even stronger. Anyway,
Absolutely.
thanks everyone. God bless.
Thank you, Lauren. I'll talk to you soon. Take
Adios.
care.
Bye bye.
All right, you guys, we're not ending the stream right now, but Lauren had to go. He and his wife had a little mishap with who's picking up the other kid. Wow, though, that was, I think I need a drink after that. That was pretty intense, don't you think? If you guys have any questions in terms of can we clarify anything for you that he said, any information that he gave that you're like, wait, what? Yeah, real talk for sure. I kind of want to just replay that half hour right now and go, what? What a cool guy. And he asked, he goes, do I have any constraints? And I said, no, be real. And he goes, okay. That's what you get. It's pretty amazing, though, when you get the real insight. And it does burst your bubble, right? You're like, oh, I didn't know it was like that. But yeah, it is it is a little brutal. But again, don't give up because and someone was like, "Oh, so if I'm 35, 40 years old, basically there's no hope for me." That's not at all what he said. He just said what we've been saying for the past if you've been with us for the past couple of months, there is procedures and protocols that you have to go through and hoops to jump in and out of if you want to make it. And like he said, it's not the greatest talents that make it. It's the people who are smart, the people who develop their business plans, the people who actually put their business plans in motion. So that's why we stress to you guys that we have all these mentors, all these live streams. Yes, and if you engage in all of them or most of them and you take in the knowledge and then put it into action, It will work. But we can't do it for you. That's not what our platform does. If you want someone to do it for you, you're going to be spending tens of thousands of dollars. So I don't want to sell you on Music Alliance. I want you to be inspired by Music Alliance and say, you know what? Wow, for 20, 30, $50 a month, I have access to real people. I have access to these. It took me hours, hours to find that man. And he even said, he asked me numerous times, how did you find me? And I'm like, I was in a rabbit hole, Loren. I don't even really remember. But I was just like, I wanted to find someone great to bring you guys, someone who could tell it like it is, who is in the industry, knee deep in it now, to give it to you straight. Because if it's coming from me, they're like, oh, Janine, she's silly. Yeah, I am silly, but I do have some real world experience, and I have had several record deals, which Loren and I were talking about. He's, who signed you? What happened? Yeah. And it's interesting because I don't practice what I preach. Like, I should be following up with Loren, and I have it on my list of to-dos. I better freaking do it. I'm so bad. So don't do what I do, what I say. How's that? Here's our poll. Are you looking to get signed by a label? Of course, 54% of you say yes. No, I'm going to do it on my own. Say 9% of you, and maybe in the future, 37% of you. So that's very kind of you, Tyler. So if you get me a record deal, I'll give you half. Yeah, I'm still looking for myself. If we had those magic potions, those magic buttons, wouldn't all of us be there? Wouldn't all of us, hey, I'm signed with a record label. They gave me 300 grand. But you know what? Even that might not be something you want, because that 300 grand, that's going to be recoupable expenses on your gross, not your net. So do you want to be in the hole $300,000? You're working with a major label or a minor label, whatever, a smaller label, who knows? But those are questions you also have to ask yourself. And it's not for everybody. So you guys let me know questions you have. Let me see. I spent 300K. Yeah, exactly. I don't have that kind of money. I'm a single mom. I have 2 kids. They want to go to college. What? Who has 300 grand in their pocket? It's crazy. And not everyone wants to be signed by the man. Exactly. Not everyone you are under their control, you guys. If you look up any of these deals, and I just go back to the references that I know there's probably more current ones, like Kelly Clarkson, when she won American Idol, she was at their mercy for a decade or more. I don't know the exact ins and outs of her contract, but she's currently in a lawsuit with them because they were trying to hold the rights to her likeness, anything that she produced or wrote, in perpetuity, which means for the rest of her life. How can you hold somebody hostage to that forever when they gave you maybe 1 year of their life and their talent and made you ratings and made you millions of dollars on your network? And she's going to be indebted to you in perpetuity? That's why I'm where I'm at. Yes, I've had 3 record deals because I don't want to sell my soul, because I want to still maintain control. I want the publishing of my songs that I wrote and recorded. I'm not giving that crap away to anybody. I need some control. And I don't want somebody to be like, oh, Janine, you're cute, so we're going to put you in a bra and panties and go out there and shake your thing, and that's how you're going to make money. No, I'm okay because I have talent. I don't need to be the next Beyonce. I don't need to go flaunt everything that, the good Lord has given me so that my music will rise above. And that's not the career I personally want. So ask yourselves honestly, what do you really want? Yeah, no, Justin Bieber, he doesn't make his own music anymore. He makes some of it, but it's, instead of him writing everything, it's infinitesimal now. Like, he has a team. He doesn't need to write. He has a team and tens of millions of dollars, people to write for him. That to me loses its luster. It's your initial dream was to be a writer and a recording artist. So now you're not writing. So where's the passion in that? Steven, I'm old too. Don't worry about it. But yes, so think about your career and think about the end game. Where do you want to be at the end of your career? Like when you're sitting back and you feel accomplished and you're like, look what I did, and you're giving the finger to everybody who doubted you. What does that look like for you? Write it down. Write it down like your wish list or your vision board. Write that stuff down. And then, how are you going to get there? Work backwards, people. Work backwards. I am not like some great guru. I've just had 35 years of experience in this industry with record deals, with producers who, casting couch, no thanks, I'm good. No, all of that craziness, I have been through it. And I am a live performer and I do cover bands and I do my original tunes. And I'm all over the place trying to get money, but I am making it in the industry. My father was a furniture salesman. My mother was a nurse. They had no musical experience whatsoever. And they had said to me, my dad had said, because I was like, I just want to make it like most of you, because we're passionate, because we love what we do, because we love music and we want to give back. At least that's what I want to give back. I want to give my music to people. And if it touches one person and helps one person come out of their depression, or one person who, when you lose a family member to horrible circumstances, one person, they continue to move forward. If my songs can get them to move one step forward and not go crazy and not take their own life, all of that's what's important to me. So that's where I want my legacy to be. So if I'm here, I don't need to be in the limelight anymore. I've done so much. I'm exhausted. I've done so many live shows. I have done more live shows in Las Vegas than any female in the history of Las Vegas. You can look that up. And I'm good. I love performing. I love it, but I don't need to do it anymore. I would love to write a song that, like you guys, I would love to write a song, give it to somebody, they can bring it to life. How amazing would that be? So when you're looking at what you really want, be very specific, because if you believe, which I do, and I'm not preaching, God will listen to you and give you what you want. So be specific. I said, God, all I want to do is sing. I just want to sing. And then I got a gig at a lounge singing for 4 hours a night, 6 nights a week. And my husband, I was like, oh my God, I can't even talk to my family during the day. I'm losing he goes, that's what you asked for. And I go, oh, hell. He goes, I guess you better be more specific next time. And I was like, valid point. Okay. So when you're looking at your end game, be specific, work backwards, right? So you have to come up with a plan where you're going to see what your next steps are. And sometimes it's a baby step, right? 2 steps forward, 2 steps back, 3 steps forward, 1 step back. Everybody goes through this, you guys. You are not unique to those circumstances. Okay? People are dying. They're itching just like you are. And like Loren said, there are millions of people more talented than us who will probably, if they don't find the right platform, they don't find the right team, they don't find the right mentorship, they don't learn the ins and outs of the business and how it really works, not how we think it works, you're just going to be stuck. You're going to be stuck and you're just going to go in circles. And that's the long and short of it, to be honest. I don't know where this tangent came from. But let me go in the chat and see if you're like, oh my God, would she shut up? No, I'm kidding. Let's see. Charles, same way I feel, Janine. I kind of shared a lot of the feels, so I'm not really sure which one, but let's see. I had oh, thank you, George. Preach. Thanks, Annie. So true. Guys, Mars Music Alliance radio station. Thank you. Zai is our tech. You guys, he's in charge of our website. He developed the website. He's also developing Mars, our Music Alliance radio station, alongside Niels, our boss. Very smart man. And he is the one that's behind the scenes all the time streaming for us. So he's reminding me, thank you, Zai, that Music Alliance radio station, it's up and coming. It's in beta. We are still preparing. We got to get the kinks out. We're not going to launch it until it's ready, but it is coming and it's going to be amazing because your music will get to be heard if it is correctly labeled, correct metadata like we talked about all week. And mixing and mastering has to be pro. We're not going to put your name out there, which reflects on our name. We don't want to make anybody look bad. We always want to put our best foot forward. And that is why we offer so much in terms of George producing, mixing, mastering your tracks at the certain membership level. So if you're not a full member yet with Music Alliance, I urge you to, I don't know what you're waiting for. I really don't. Like I said, I don't want to sell you. Like, I hate being sold to. I freaking hate it. Oh my God. So I don't want to sell you guys. Like, that is so not what I'm here for. I want to inspire you, like I said earlier, because we do have amazing mentors that give you great insight. Loren is a special guest, but we have mentors with Music Alliance that are you have access to on a regular basis with a free Slack app that we invite you to when you're a full member. And we have social media marketing. We have Mel O, who talks about the business side of the entertainment industry. And you got to have those side hustles in order to afford to be in the music industry. Trust me, I know. We teach AI, we teach sync. We have Gildy, who is huge in the sync industry. He has his own, he's so high up in the sync industry, he just tells people what to do now. He's got all these people under him, and he's an amazing human being. And easily, you can talk to him easy and get to him easy. We have another sync licensing mentor, Dave Rogers, same thing. He is making a great living, supporting his wife, and I think he's got 3 kids. Has been doing this for decades with amazing tips and pointers. But you guys have to take the work, ingest it, and you have to put it into action. Otherwise, I'm just a talking freaking Muppet right now. But we do give courses, mixing, mastering, production, songwriting. We're here for you. We really are. Let me see. Ready to rock, says Eddie. Can you tell me the request for license? Let me read this slower. Hold on. Jason is saying, can you tell me if the request for license to one of my songs is taking advantage? Someone is requesting, Jason, to license your music. You get to work out a deal. So don't give it out for free. Like they say, you're not buying the cow if the milk's free. I don't know if that answered your question. If not, go ahead and give me more details so I can help you out. I'm going to start investing in bees as a side hustle. You know what, Tyler? I don't know if you're kidding or not, but yeah. Bees are like the earth's fruit. We need bees. Lauren, yeah, Lauren's cool. I'll try to get him back. I want to release and folks by, yeah, that's the end goal. So what do you got to do? What do you got to do? You have to have competing music. That's what we say. You have to have your music, just like Loren said. Someone said in the chat, oh, everything I write is a hit. Really? I'm not trying to be an a-hole, but we all have so much to learn still. If you don't think that you're learning every single day how to better your music, how to better your sounds, how to better your lyrics, how to better your writing, come on, you guys. You're not being realistic with yourself. There's no way that every song you write is a hit song. I'm sorry. Because if that were the case, then you would have already found a way to get your music out there to the masses. That is my opinion. The other stuff was actually like true conjecture, but that was just my opinion. Yeah, full membership's a great deal. Lock it in now. Yeah, you guys, we aren't a new platform, but the value that we continue to bring, and we continue to create new value like every couple of months. With that, the price is going to go up. That's just how business works. And it's not because we're not making money. We want to keep the lights on. We want to keep doing what we love and providing the service that we love to you guys. But everything has a cost. I hope you understand that. How did Music Alliance start and when? How is there so many subscribers? Little history. Oh, that's a good idea. Niels, do you want to unmute and share a little history about Music Alliance and why it started?
Oh, sure. Put me on the spot.
No problem.
Like most of you, I dreamed of being in music, and we opened up one of the first recording studios in Vancouver, BC, back in the late 1970s. And pretty soon decided we didn't know anything about recording, so we hired the guy that just was coming off of the band Heart's records out of Mushroom Studios in Vancouver. I hired him to teach us all how to do it. And then we went, how do we market that? how do we market our studio? So we created a music industry magazine, and I was a music journalist all of a sudden. And we talked about all the local artists, all the Canadian artists, and what they were doing. And at that point, people were phoning me and going, "Hey, we heard you had this recording course with Keith from Mushroom. Do you have any openings?" So we ended up being a school, and the government told us we were operating an illegal school. So we had to change that. And we ended up building the largest music industry school in Canada at the time, which later on was purchased by Arts Institute. And then we opened up a school in Kelowna. And so I've been involved in college level education and music for 50 years. And I wanted to do something to lower the barriers for people, because $40,000 for tuition, 50,000, 60,000, student loans, traveling across the country, paying rent and apartment to go to school. It's all a great thing. It's a big party in a lot of ways, but it's not practical, and it's a high risk business. So you're putting all your money into one place on a high risk business, and a lot of people are just shut out. And I saw all these people, talented people, being shut out of the business. And I wanted to create something that would allow them to learn what they needed to learn for $20 a month or $30 a month, not a big student loan, not a whole bunch of money. And instead of spending $50,000 to go to a college, using that money to build a studio, using that money to promote your music, using that money to actually do what you wanted to do, not just go to school, which seems strange because I was running those schools. I still am. And people still line up to get in our audio program because it's an excellent program. But for all those that don't have the time, don't want to relocate to Canada to go to, don't want to spend $40,000, $50,000 on tuition, we have a better plan. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to share that plan with as many people as I can. And you should get into music because you're going to create music for life. So you should have the tools. You can't say I'm a carpenter and not have any carpentry tools. No, you lovingly put together your tools. Your tools are the core of what you do. Music's the same. You should lovingly put your tools together, learn how to use them all. It's men from boys by the price of the toys. I understand that. But it's going to boil down to how well you use the tools. And that's going to make the difference between success and failure. And we're here to help you go through that learning process about the business, about the marketing, about the tools, to give you real people that are doing it, to tell you the real story, not some marketing program from the school. There's a lot of dishonesty out there, and there's a lot of people that are worried about scams, and you should be. You should keep your eyes open. And that's why I want to be no risk. So Music Alliance is a no-brainer. It's a no-risk scenario. If you don't like what we do, you join us and you leave in a month, right? And bad on us. We did something that we weren't good enough for you. Or you get involved, you tell us what we need to be good enough for you. Tell us what you need. We start by listening, and that's listening to you, where you're at. If you read the chat that's been going on all night, we have a large, diverse group of people at different levels of their career. That means we got people with a ton of experience that can help the people that are just getting started. You don't even need our mentors. Just the community is a beautiful thing for you. But we're going to go one step higher than that, and we're going to bring in people like we did tonight, and Janine continues to bring in for us, and give you the best shot possible to stay involved with music, maybe make money at it one day. But it's also critical for us that you enjoy it. Your mental health is everything. You are born, you need to create. We're here to give you that opportunity and that motivation. We're here to kick your butt too. So we want you to make music. We want to hear your tracks. We want you to stay involved in learning every day. We want you to be part of this business. We don't want you to be discouraged and quit. We want you to understand this is for life. And that's why it says on our Music Alliance hat, it says music for life, because that's what we are. We're lifers. It's a disease.
It
I got
is.
it too.
It is a disease. I know. It's funny that that's just a known thing. Like you say disease and you're like, yeah, I got it. Yep. But okay, on that note, I think, Devlin, that was a great question. So thank you for submitting that to us. And like I said, I will try to get Loren back on when he doesn't have the time constraint. But you saw his little 3-year-old causing havoc. He had to go pick up the 7-year-old. So yes, Jay, music is my therapy as well. So if you guys want to get on a call with myself or Quinn, we are happy to speak with you. We want to know where you're at currently in your music career and then where you want to be, where you're trying to get to. And we will help you with that. Like I said, end goal here, go work backwards. We can help you. We can get on weekly calls sometimes or bi-weekly calls with a lot of our current members. And we just, sometimes we talk, sometimes we just do this, and sometimes we work and I teach vocals and lessons and stuff like that, but it's all good. It's all for our well-being mentally, and to have like-minded people, like Neil said, the network, this network community of Music Alliance, amazing people, and you can find people to collaborate with. You got to do the work. That's I'm just going to leave it with that. So if you want to put your number in the chat, I will call you tomorrow. Tomorrow's a good day, and we can talk about, like I said, where you're at, where you want to go, and then if you want help to flesh out some stuff, we can bounce ideas all day long. Not all day, because I have to give my time equally, but I'm happy to do it. So thank you so much, you guys, for being here tonight. We have Tune Talk on Tuesday. It's an odd month, April, because it started, the first day of April started in the middle of the week. So odd month. So next week we only have one live stream, Tune Talk, 6 o'clock Pacific Standard. So if you would like to submit a song for that, it is mysong@musicalliance.com. mysong@musicalliance.com. We're looking for all genres. We are looking for people who love what they do and want to work hard. This is a hands-on platform, you guys. So we are inviting you to join us, but we also need you to do your part as well. So Tune Talk, Tuesday, 6 o'clock Pacific Standard. Submit your song. Thank you, Zai. MP3 or WAV format only. One song submission only, because we do get a plethora of submissions. So don't be like, I'm the exception. She gonna love these 18 songs. No, I won't. I will delete it. I'm sorry. I know that's tough talk, but Loren is rubbing off on me. One song, MP3, WAV, correct metadata, which means we need to know the name of the song, the name of the artist, and if you want to put writer, producer, whoever's writing on it, we want to know. We want to know because we want to give proper credit and everything. Jason, you submit to mysong@musicalliance.com. All right, we have 2 minutes. Any questions, or should I let you go early? I will, yes, thank you for your numbers. I will reach out to each and every one of you. I will text you first so that we can get a comparable time in case you're not available, and we'll go from there. And I appreciate you guys. Thank you, Neil, for chiming in. And I hope you guys got something great out of this. You can tell that I'm incredibly passionate, and I have been in this industry for a very long time. I look younger than I actually am. And I'm just happy to be here with you guys and give back. I truly, truly am. So let's all dig in and give back to the Music Alliance community. All right. Have a good night, you guys. Thank you. Take care, everybody.